uh, okay, so now it's recording.
Yes.
Yalla, you have them.
Why are we here today? We are here because, of course, we miss you guys so much. We miss diving so much. Yani, I miss seeing the sea so much.
No,
So we
I
decided.
think Dalia, just to disturb, you missed the email so much.
I missed the emails طبعا. يعني I feel so lost كده without emails. So the thing, we are here together today so that we can share our, let's say, funny stories. We have been diving in Hurghada. We have been diving everywhere in the world. You can share the experience, the stories. How was it with Dive Hurghada? How was it with other providers? How was it? So yeah, you can just, it's an open discussion. Yani, just tell us, what did you do throughout the past periods when we didn't see you?
I guess also that to just say about it, my name is Ahmed. I'm a diving instructor, and I think both of all of the people here, they know me. But for when we record this, I think the people are gonna know about me more. Now, Mo, I just like to congratulate Mo. He became a diving instructor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much.
And I think also Mona, she became a dive master, and she loved to become a diving instructor as well, right? And she's diving with us, and she's in the very, very different location. She's planning to do a lot of nice things more. And I think Fred, he's became also a rescue diver now, or
yes. His license is with me.
Yes.
Really? Okay, I'm waiting for it.
Your license is with
Guys,
me.
I'm really, really happy to see all of you. We start all together to learn diving, and we are all in the very, very good level now. Actually, we are almost all in pro level. So that's very, very nice to make me, at least, I'm proud of you and proud of myself that I being with you during the time that you learn diving. Thank you so much. You are here now. And let's starting with maybe Mo, because he have something to share with us about diving, because also he's in his work and he like to just hurry up.
I'm trying to escape the first. No, I'm just joking. I still have some time, but yeah, we will see. I didn't find actually a place to put my phone properly, so I could drive. So I'm going to stay here at the gas station in Berlin, and I will have the conversation from here, not driving. So yeah, where can I start? I don't know. I'm going crazy because not only that we are not allowed to fly, also the pools in Germany, they have closed, and since we don't have like a sea in Germany, or a good sea or a warm sea, we are like very dependent on these pools to teach. So with not being able to fly and in the same time not being allowed to go into the pools, we are not able to teach. So the only thing that we can do is like offering theoretical lessons, but as you know, theory is just like, it's very important, but it's just not strong enough to catch the people. Like when you go diving or when you learn diving, the most affecting is when you are in the water. So for us as instructors at the moment in Germany, it's very hard, but I think everywhere in the world we have the same situation. Yeah, but as you can see, the lockdown in Germany, it is slowly being removed. So we have a lot of people here. They are not wearing masks anymore. I still have my mask just in case I need it, because some shops you're still not allowed to enter without mask. But mostly we are
just let us something
on the way
during this time about diving more. Come on, like anything
this time. Or I can tell you a funny story from 2018. Okay. 2018 was when my father, who is 54 years old, learned to dive. At this point, I was only dive master, not instructor, and I got him a birthday present, and it was a trip to Mexico. Nice. So Caribbean Sea, yes, it was like a surprise. It was very funny because he didn't believe his eyes until he was like really sitting in this plane, and he knew that he was going to Mexico. So, and when we arrived in Mexico, he also didn't knew that I'm going to force him to learn diving. He thought we would just like have a good time on the beach. So yeah, when we arrived in Mexico, while he was learning and doing his open water dive, I was a very good instructor there. Was a German instructor. I wanted to go diving with bull sharks and in caves. So basically, when you go to Mexico, especially like Playa del Carmen and Cancun, it's full of cenotes. They call them cenotes, and it's like the most amazing thing that you can go and do there, besides diving with sharks. So on the first day, I wanted to go into one of these cenotes because it was something new for me, not diving in a lake or in the sea. And the same day, when we came back from the cenote, which was like very amazing, I met a group who was diving with bull sharks, and they told me it was the best dive they ever had. They had like 5 or 6 fully grown bull sharks, and they were like circling the group in a distance of like 2 meters to 3 meters, so very, very close encounter. And at this point, I was like very happy and very excited because I had booked a bull shark dive for the next day. So I thought, okay, nice. Tomorrow I will have the same experience. So the day tomorrow, then like the day after, I went to the sea, and this group went to the cenotes. So we had like a swap. And yeah, after like 30 minutes or 40 minutes searching, we had to break up, and there were no sharks at all. I was very disappointed. It was very funny because you had like, you pay extra, but you don't have like a guarantee to see sharks. And from my frustration, I said to myself, okay, don't worry, just go back to the cenotes. It's amazing. Go cave diving. So the day after that day, I went back to the cenotes, and this group, which had the experience with the sharks, went back to shark diving, and they took the same spot.
Yeah,
and what happened was they had an amazing second shark diving day. And they had it like all on camera. They had sharks like circling in 2 meters distance, like 5, 6 full grown animals again. And I came back, and then I really gave it a third try. And in the third try, it was exactly the same. But there was a shark who wanted to make a joke of me because after like also 30 or 40 minutes of searching, we didn't see any sharks. And when I was doing my safety stop, in the very last second of my dive, I was going the ladder up. I saw one of these bull sharks like 25 meters below me. So I didn't really have the experience. But it was so funny because he just came to show me that I missed him again. You know? It was like a very, very funny one. I will not forget this trip.
Yeah,
so I was in Mexico, and I didn't see any sharks.
That's amazing. But let me say something. I heard like also last year you were, no, not last year. Like, yeah, last year you was here and you
September.
sponsor an open water course, right?
Exactly, yes.
Can you imagine?
No, it was, wait a second. My father, he was doing advanced. And
yes.
And my best friend.
For his father. So he became a diving instructor, and then he teach even his father to make his advanced. Wow. It was amazing.
That's really nice. That's really, really nice.
Wow.
How about you, Mona? How about you? What do you have? Tell us. I know that during the time that I teach you, I know you so much, but don't say this in the camera.
Okay, I think I had a very nice experience diving with Dive Hurghada. I wish I could stay more, but for me it was difficult with the visa process. I think the Red Sea, I had the opportunity to dive in Thailand, in the Mediterranean, and the Red Sea. I think the Red Sea is one of like the best location to dive in. Very good visibility
100%.
and a lot of colors, a lot of things to see. Yeah, definitely. When I went to Thailand, I came back, like I was in Thailand for 3 months. And when I went there and began to dive in the eastern side of Thailand, I was very disappointed. And I thought, like, this is Thailand. It's very, like, visibility is not good. And the course is not the same. Like, I'm coming from the Red Sea, like, yeah, I was diving in the Red Sea. You guys, you have the best spot to dive in. And so yeah, so I had my first experience with white tip sharks when I was diving with Dive Hurghada. Actually, we saw maybe 5 during 2 dives we did. And yeah, I had a lot of nice pictures and videos to share with my friends. And I couldn't see any more sharks during my dives. I have about 100 dives now, and I'm a dive master. I had a lot of things to see. We were having nice wreck diving in Hurghada, and we went to the south as well, I remember. And yeah, while I can dive Hurghada, and I said it to my friends, the equipment is highly kept and in very good maintained. Like this thing I didn't like experience with other dive shops. Actually, I was very disappointed because I was used to some level, and then I went to another shops and it was like lower, and I was surprised. Yeah, I like the boat, and I was telling everyone that I had another experience with the diving from boats. And I was sharing the pictures of the Dive Hurghada boat with my friends. In Thailand, I met a lot of people from all around the world. Like, actually, I was the only Arab during my dive master course. And yeah, I was showing the pictures of diving the boat, my pictures while I'm using the wetsuit and all the things. And they were actually surprised because we didn't have that in that school. I would like to come back. I'm waiting forward for the, sorry?
That's nice. That's nice to hear. Thank you for that.
Yeah. That's really something that I say all the time, not just because I'm talking to you guys, but that's something that I really would like to come back, but I'm waiting for the borders to open. The problem is because I'm coming from Palestine, so it's hard with the visa process. Otherwise, you will see me a lot there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you are very lucky because you're coming from a nice place, which the diving there is awesome and the stuff is nice. I just want to say something. I had the opportunity to dive with Mustafa. Mustafa is a very nice guy. Like, he's awesome. He's very relaxed and a nice guy. So I don't know if he hears. I would like to say hi to him. Bring him my regards, please.
We will, definitely.
Any questions?
Thank you, Mona. Thank you so much. Well, that's nice. That's nice to hear. Because for me, for example, I thought that Thailand, Maldives, Mexico, blah, 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 they are much better than us. They are much more developed than us. They have better equipment, better stuff. I always had this perception. So it's interesting to hear that from a user.
Well, to be honest, like, one of the things in Hurghada, you have this, like, a lot of diving schools. They have the thing of between 2 dives, you have lunch. In Thailand, they have fruits. They put you some pineapple and some watermelon.
Okay.
Life is cheaper maybe than Egypt, but the quality of the equipment is much higher in Egypt. Everything, of course, in this life has its disadvantage and advantage. Yeah, but I choose Egypt. Yeah,
and we wish to see you again. Really.
Actually, a lot of instructors. Yeah. Actually, a lot of instructors that I met in Thailand, they began in Egypt, and they also share the same idea as I do.
That's good.
Yeah.
You plan to be a diving instructor?
You're gonna see me, Dalia. You're gonna see me, inshallah.
Yes, I wish very soon.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about doing a side mount course. This is number one. And I have some plans. I want to do side mount course, wreck specialty, and cave specialty, and inshallah dive instructor as well.
We got the side mount now in our website.
And it's amazing because now
we got the side mount now in our website. So we got the side mount, we got the scooter, we buy the equipment for it. And we were gonna be teaching side mount and scooter. This is new 2 specialty that we got. So if you are interested, don't choose another bus, okay?
Okay. Inshallah.
I'm in for both, by the way.
What?
I'm in for both.
Yes. Go ahead.
I was thinking about cave diving. So I know that
Cave diving.
I do the side mount before I do the cave, something like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm really thinking about it. So
Yeah,
whenever you
also
tell me.
I'm also doing the side mount for the caves because I'm planning some way to visit the cenote as well.
I can recommend you to do the side mount first because I mean it depends on this. They are like very different. There are some which have like big chambers, and these you don't need to have side mount. But if you are like really into cave diving, into professional cave diving, then it will be essential because they are like, it's so narrow that you will not be able to enter without. Actually, we did it. Like we had some spots in which, we had to remove our equipment and like push our tank first and then go after the tank. But I don't know if it's the safest way or if it's to be recommended, but it's the Mexican way, they said. So if you don't have a side mount and they are all like your group is completely with side mount, then you have to do it like this to not stop the group somehow. But I can recommend it. It's a very good idea.
Is it too heavy?
No. There's no difference. There's no difference in the weight. It's just like depends on if you have 2 tanks or 1. But basically, once you're underwater, the water will do the job for you. Like you don't carry it all.
The technique of the side mount a little bit different because you need to be both tanks together next to you, and you have to breathe from here and breathe from here to make your balance much more better in the water. And this is going to be helping you to have more nice position, also points to make you much more easier swim in the water. Plus, it can make you more easier if you dive even with 1 tank. You can put it in front of you, and then you can enjoy having nothing in your back. But that's make you also learning more to breathe in and out through your lungs and learning how to make a good buoyancy underwater. Is make you, and especially I find it very nicely now because in the girl style, it's make it look the girl really amazed in the water, to just be honest, because a lot of girls, they learn to be side mount with the long fins, which is going to be like free divers. It's really, really nice. I love side mount, and I'm an instructor side mount as well. Did you make your specialty, like you got 5 specialty to be master scuba diver trainer or not?
Yes. I did 5, but side mount is not one of them. I did wreck navigation.
Now you can make it online. Do you know the new system, what Buddy did?
Actually, I'm not 100% into it. I have to look up. But
I make like 18 specialty, and I got like side mount one of them, and I be IDC staff instructor. So it's also make me having like any specialty did you guys dream about, don't worry, we have it.
Very nice. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, so we can teach Mona, both of us more. Don't worry, huh?
Two teachers and 1 student, you're really bad.
Yeah, you have 2 instructors now because we have no work, so you can just come.
I have a question. I have a question about the general situation in Hurghada. Do you have any information about when the sea will be open for touristic
The
activities?
sea is going to be open most probably. They close everything now. They close the border, but you can go fishing, but not to
Yeah.
dive, not to snorkel.
Yeah.
But it's going to be open 15 of next month, like 1/5.
15 July or June.
June. The borders
June.
They were going to be open the sea to dive, but they put to us a lot of new rules that we can have to be يعني
we need to stick to the new rules, yeah.
and this is going to be a lot of rules from BADI and a lot of rules of the CWS also to be safe and safety and all this. So most probably we already work in it, and we will be more making even things for Dive Hurghada especially to make it much more different and nicer.
I
So
think
for
the
example,
the capacity. If I understand well, I mean everything else is manageable, but the capacity thing, and you cannot get your boat with full capacity. Though I think
we need now, Fred, to be 25%, which is
only
our boat taking. Yes, so our boat taking around 45 person, because now we make the 3rd floor, so we make 4th floor now. We make high deck with bean bags to the people said and enjoying the bean bags. If you check our website, you're gonna see it, and I will gonna send it in the group later for you guys to can see the new things that we've done.
I can't wait.
We can have 25% from the 45, plus we make like check up for all our stuff, so they are healthy, they have the certificate. And now I learned for 2 days new course from TDI because I'm a technical instructor. I like to learn to be a technical, so they give us a new course online that I can learn how to be using the COVID-19, and I can be teaching also people to have this certificate to be good to use how to use with this COVID-19. So I will learn this course, and most probably I will be certified about it, and that's going to be helping Dive Hurghada so much. So I think, Fred, also you have a lot of story to can tell about Dive Hurghada and things that we've done together. I'm sorry again, but I'd be a bit tough instructor with maybe all of you guys, but I think Fred, you have also things to can tell.
You are a tough instructor. I have to say yes.
I got my muscle down, first of all. I don't have muscles anymore. I have no muscles, no gym. So
actually,
this is now our chance to hit Ahmed.
To beat me, guys.
To get even,
I don't think so it's possible.
Only when I see the happiness, really reality in the face, Mona, it's really happy.
So my experience actually regarding this toughness part, what I have to say about you, Ahmed, and I keep saying that, let's say behind your back, but now I'll say it in front of you. You are very strict with the safety process things. Yeah. So I have a couple of stories related to that. You know that I did a couple of dives in Dubai, for example, and in the Gulf, Dubai and Qatar. I went there. Yeah. So that's the rich countries. It was one of my worst experiences ever. I will tell you why. And then I went to the Maldives. I did a couple of dives there twice. I mean, 2 different trips. I did in Spain, and just last October, I believe it was, I went to a place called Bon Air, which is somewhere near the South America, Venezuela. I think it's very close to Venezuela. The thing is, you care so much about safety and the safety of the people who are diving with you. This is something that I respect so much. At the time, before going into the other experiences with other people, I kept saying, like, why is Ahmed always telling us you have to do body check and you have to, خلاص, we are experts, we are pros. I did 200, 300 dives. I don't need to do body check. This is for juniors. And I started to think like that until my second trip to the Maldives. That trip was in a group. It was 20 people. 19 Americans and myself. Okay, so 19 people came from the United States and I came from Egypt. And I was the only one who is not in their original group. I mean, I was a new member. So I went there and trying to fit in with the group. So I didn't want to be the one who is always standing up and saying, we need to do this and we need to do that. I want to fit with the group normally. So here comes the first dive. And I'm used to like briefing before the dive and then agreeing on who's going to be buddy with who. And then we do all the safety things, planning for the dive. This is what you taught me. And this is what, and you keep doing it every time. Okay, so I was just checking who's going to do what, and then no one is doing nothing. Who is the master diver? I'm used to, okay, I'm certified in navigation, but I'm used to follow the leader. And who's the leader and who am I going to follow? And this is the idea. So there was no clear leader for me, and there was no clear briefing. They just told us that we are going to dive in a place called whatever, and that was it. Okay, who's my diving buddy? No one assigned buddies. I did not really stand up and ask. So definitely there is no buddy check, there is no agreement, there is no plan, there is no nothing. And during the time I felt that we are still briefing, we are still doing, I started noticing that the first person jumped out of the boat. And then people started following up. Oh my God, I need to put my things very quickly and I need to jump. I don't want to be the late person here. So I jumped and I kept diving this first dive with the group. I don't know who to follow, who's my buddy, but I went with the group and I went up and like I felt okay, it went, but I wasn't happy because I kept something in my mind. A small Ahmed was sitting somewhere here near my ear telling me, who's your buddy? You need to follow. Where is the 1 meter distance? All the safety procedures that you kept doing. And actually, I like it very much underwater. I like diving with you, Ahmed, seriously, because I always feel safe underwater. I have a lot of issues, you know, that I'm not having the best health, physics, and like breathing. I have a lot of issues, so I'm always worried a little bit underwater. I want to feel safe. I always feel safe when I'm diving with you, or with Dalia, of course, because Dalia is always is a lot of time my buddy when we dive together. So that time I didn't have that. So when I went up, and then they were preparing for the second dive. So I thought, why not ask? I'm not happy. I wasn't happy with what happened in the first dive. So I went to the group coordinator, and I asked him, Dean, who's buddying with who, and who should be my buddy? And then he looked at me and he said, oh, you don't have a buddy? I said, no, everyone is jumping everywhere and I don't know who is my buddy. So who wants to be buddy with Fred? And then, because we are 20, so definitely everyone has to have a buddy, and it's clear. It's an even number. So whenever we ask, okay, no, I'm diving with these guys, no, I'm diving with that guy, I'm diving with that girl, and whatever, and then they found me someone, the last person, the person who didn't have a real buddy, and she was a very young girl. I believe she was 19 or 20 years old, something like that, or maybe younger, by the way. I'm just giving this age. She looked very, very young, but they told me that she is a lieutenant or something in the US Army. She was very healthy, mashallah, mashallah. She was very healthy, had a lot of breathe, and she was so energetic. Of course, my opposite completely, 100%. So we were buddying underwater. And again, for the second time, I just called her, Lexi, let's do our planning and preparation, whatever. Of course, no planning, no preparation, no nothing. And she just jumped. So I decided to jump and follow Lexi. I could not cope with her speed, of course, and her energy underwater. So I had to, again, to follow just the group, diving with the group everywhere. I couldn't find her on the first time. And then on the second day, I had an incident. I think I shared it with you, Dalia, which was a really frightening thing. But it was frightening actually, after it happened. When I started thinking about it again, same thing. Lexi, let's dive together and whatever. And we were going in a place where we were told that there will be a lot of current, strong, mild current. This is what they told us. Actually, when I went down, maybe 5 minutes, I was still going down to the level we were supposed to go until maybe 20 something, 25, 26, whatever. I was almost at 21 when the current was so hard for me that I was really suffering in just not pushing against the current, but actually trying to stay where I am. And everyone was around me. They were moving. Lexi, my partner, she was like, mashallah, and she's very healthy, as I said, and very physique with muscles and whatever. So she was going okay. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and then suddenly, mentally, I panicked because I felt I cannot breathe, and my heart started pounding and whatever. So I was in real trouble. And at that moment, I remembered you saying, okay, so if you are in trouble, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First thing, immediately, I was really panicking at that time, but I started, look for your partner. I can't find my partner, Ahmed. Okay, use the whistle to call. Yeah.
That's cool.
Use the whistle, and I had this bell thing, so I kept. No one is looking at me, and no one is caring about me. I panicked more, and then suddenly I started thinking, okay, so this was a reef, and we were supposed to see sharks and whatever, and I kept remembering, okay, if now I'm not near the reef or close to the reef, so I'm going into the depth a little bit, and this is where sharks might not be afraid of me or afraid of coming to me. So I panicked more and more and more, and then what I unfortunately did is I inflated my BCD, and I went up. I was 21 meters at that time. Okay, so while I was going up at that moment, I wasn't really thinking, frankly speaking.
Yeah.
The only thing I remembered is the Caesar that you taught me that this is your last resort. This is your last thing. And I remember very well that you made me do it in the practice. So I was going up. I was breathing so fast because my heart was pumping and I was really worried and panicking. But midway, I remember that I need also to scream and I need to do a couple of things. So I did them in the second half. Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, my hands definitely were up. I felt the pressure of the ocean, but I was screaming. I was and breathing so fast. And then I went up. And when I went up, I just realized that, oh my God, now I might have a lot of trouble. I think about what will happen to my brain, what will happen under my skin, and all these horrible things. Alhamdulillah, nothing happened. But I went up the boat and I decided that, okay, so what were the procedures? I kept remembering. Ahmed told me, okay, if this happens, then beware of this, drink a lot of water, and then you have to rest of doing this and this. I did all of that. And then came the last dive of that day. I decided not to go for it. Definitely, I was still in a shock. Next day in the morning, I was during the whole night, I was so frustrated and a lot of things happening in my mind. But in the morning, okay, Fred, do you feel okay? Are you going to dive? No, I'm not going to dive. And then I remembered, if I'm worried, I will not be able to do it.
Yes.
So I thought, okay, if Ahmed was here, and this is again my thought. Sorry, Ahmed, I keep saying this, but this is what happened in my mind, really.
No.
I thought, okay, Dean as the coordinator, okay, I am one of the group. I'm not their best friend and whatever. So I didn't feel the care about so much, but he was doing okay. I mean, he was doing what the minimum that needs to be done, but I didn't feel the real care that I felt with you.
But
if this was Ahmed,
you're more experienced now, Fred, actually.
Sorry?
This is very good because they give you more different experience.
Yeah, it gave me an experience, and actually I used it in a second time because I panicked in another trip. I will tell you what happened in the other trip, but this. So I decided if Ahmed was there, Ahmed would told me, do not quit. You are not a quitter and you have to do it. You already did that. You remember when I was doing my open water.
You want to quit your open water in the beginning.
So I'm not a quitter. So I went back to Dean and said, okay, Dean, I'm diving. He said, you just said like 1 minute ago, you're not diving. I said, no, I changed my mind. I am diving. Okay, let's go and whatever. And then we went for a dive, and it was one of the amazing dives where I saw a lot of sharks and mantas, huge mantas, and like, wow, it was really nice, and it changed the experience in my mind. So I was happy. Going back to
I never saw a manta.
Sorry?
I never saw a manta.
Me
Really?
neither. Me
No,
neither.
I saw a lot, and actually,
You saw
one
manta
manta
move?
went just on top of my head like this, and I was hit by a
Oh.
shark in the head. And I have them on video, by the way. I can share them with you.
Did you see the manta move before?
The manta what?
Move.
Mo, you are on mute, yeah, Mo. You are on mute. Unmute yourself.
Wait.
Did you see the manta before?
Now you got me. Yeah, I will tell you a funny story from December last year, 2019. In December, I was in Miami, and I was planning to dive there, but we realized that in Miami they want $280 if you want to go for a day of diving with 2 dives, and you want to use your own GoPro. They charge you $280. So I had one friend with me, and he's also a diver, but he's not like so crazy about diving like me. And I told him, "Oh, come on, just like one day." And he finally, yeah, I could like convince him to do it, and yeah, we booked this day. But unfortunately, on this day they had like a storm, and they were not allowed to leave the port. So we didn't go diving in the end. We were like refunded. But like in Mexico, I didn't see any mantas, but there were many mantas. In the Red Sea, on all my 200, 400 dives, I don't know how many, I didn't see any manta. And then in Miami, while I was standing in very shallow water on the beach, I was like playing with a ball with a friend. Suddenly, a girl next to me, German girl as well, she started to scream, "Shark!" And I was a little bit, how to explain? I was not scared, but I know that like many accidents happen in shallow water because the shark cannot see because of the sand. So I was thinking, okay, I should be careful, but then I realized that there were 2 sharks, and these 2 sharks, they were swimming perfectly parallel. And this was the moment where I thought, okay, it cannot be 2 sharks because it's like 2 fins away from each other and perfectly parallel. No shark is going to swim like a squid, for example. Squid have very good eyesight, and they can like manage the distance between themselves like on a very like very precise. So I realized it was just a huge manta with like his I call them wings, like the end of his wings. He had them like up the water, and it just looked like 2 dorsal fins of a shark. Like it looked like you have 2 sharks swimming next to each other, but it was just like a huge manta. And I would say like the water, it was so shallow. We were standing, the water was reaching up to our bellies. So really shallow, especially for such a huge animal. So yeah, that's my one and only manta experience.
2 questions so quick, guys. 2 questions so quick. Did you know what the signal of manta? For all of you? Signal of the manta.
Yes, I know it, but I cannot do it
Something
since
like
I'm in the car.
And
that. Yeah.
this is manta.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And the second
Was there
thing.
something like this?
No, that's cool. This is like
That's
This is
cool.
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 Yes.
I have
so great. Like,
I have a
Okay.
book from Badi because I was the youngest dive master in Egypt. When I did my dive master, they give me a book as a gift, which is have all the dive signals in the life, like all the hand signals underwater. Even if you like to marry someone, if you like to engage, if you have a love or whatever, that's everything that in this book. It's amazing, and this is originally from Badi. They only have 6 copies in the world, and I have one of them in my office here. I was gonna share with you some hand signal. It's amazing. Second question: did you know, guys, why the sharks it's attacking in the shallow water?
no, I never knew why.
Yes, I know it. Especially
in the shallow water because this is not his comfortable zone. So he feel very scary and he like to attack anyone because he's in the very shallow water. And in the deep water, he feel more comfortable. He's in the deep, so for him is really don't really care until anyone making any reaction. So if you are in any reaction with the shark in the deep water, he's not really care. And if he need to attack, he will be through you 3 times, like 1, 2, 3. And that's why they take it in the movies. They always show the shark like tin, 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 tin. You know this? Because he's never go and attack you immediately. But in the shallow water, he's be afraid because this is not his comfortable zone. So he's come and attack because he doesn't know what he's actually do. And in the deep water, even if he's attacking, he's never eating the human being meat because for him it's not that tasty. He's attack like this, and then he'll leave you and run. But he's not really eating human being meat. This is something I think maybe I can share these things with you to let you understand. Did you have another story, Fred?
Yes, in the same
I can add.
Mo, go ahead.
Ahmad, I can add one more detail to your information.
Yes.
Do you know why he does not like the human flesh?
Because our
It's
meat
based in. It's because of our blood. We have the iron in our blood is just too high, like not like in the. Somebody told me that you can compare it to like everyone when he was a child. He put, or most of the kids tried to lick a battery.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get this like awkward feeling when you put your tongue on a battery, and basically that's what happens to a shark whenever he gets our blood into his mouth. So that's why they immediately like let go. And of course we have like too less fat, and we are very bony. Even if we are like not in a good condition, we have like compared to a seal or so, we have like just too many bones and too less of flesh. That's the second point.
Exactly. That's true.
That's interesting to know.
That's all. Thanks.
Thank you for this, Yamo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, so on that same trip with the American group, one day my normal partner Lexi, she decided she doesn't want to go swimming, so we agreed that okay, I will partner with someone else, and I got Mark, who was a very junior person. I mean, he had like a couple of dives together. I mean underwater, and we didn't dive together before, so I was like the more senior person in that situation. So I decided, okay, I will do the right thing here. Let's agree on the like safety check. We'll do all the procedures, partner check the weights, check that the gauges and the gears and everything are working. So I did the things. Like I missed one detail. I will just share it later. And then we decided to go and dive, and everything was very smooth. He's a very nice partner underwater, and he really cares about his body, and I care about him. And we went through a couple of, like, I can't say caves, but small, like, adventurous places. We saw a wreck, and we did an amazing dive. It was maybe 50 minutes or something. And for me, because of the breathing thing, I was like so excited about that I have enough air. And we went to the safety stop, and this happened during the safety stop. So we went up to the right level, and we started waiting on the safety stop. Like, okay, this is me and my mask, and this was like just in front of me here in this area, maybe a couple of centimeters was.
They're catching
okay,
more. They're catching
more, definitely.
High.
Okay, so that was Mark.
It's ambulance.
Okay.
And I could see in Mark's eyes that he was stressed a little bit and like anxious so much. And then I decided to ask him about how much do you have enough air or whatever. So he gave me this signal.
100.
And this is 100. I was like, okay, so 100. And then I said, yeah, perfect, well done, okay, great, and whatever. And I was looking at my gauge; it was 70 only. So I was also excited and happy. I have enough air.
He's fine. At least he's fine.
He's fine, and he has enough air, and I'm okay.
I feel
He was
something
dying. Yes,
fishy
you got
coming
it.
up.
He was dying at that time because he started telling me like this أنا مالك يعني يعني what's wrong يعني إيه? And then he thought that, okay, this guy is really dumb. I have to show him. So he got the gauge out from his gear and he put it in front of me, in front of my eye. And I saw the needle at the end part of the red area, the last red zone, which is in our gauges is 50. So it was at almost below 10.
Oh.
يعني literally he had like 5, 6, 7 breaths to take and then he's going to die. and something like that. So immediately I gave him my secondary breathing اسمها ايه؟
Yes.
We did breathing together. He relaxed a little bit. We did like two more minutes and then we went up. And when we went up, we started realizing what was the problem. He's an American and I am an Egyptian. He is using a different measurement, and it seemed that I'm not sure if this is the right thing or if this is what I got. But my 100, it means 100 bar. His 100 is 100 PCI or PSI or whatever. And it's only 10. Like my 100 is 10 with his gauge. So he was telling me that I don't have enough air, and I was like thinking, okay, you have enough. Miscommunication underwater.
Again, they do like that for PSIs on their shoulder, maybe. Yeah.
There was something that we did not agree upon properly. And again, I remembered Ahmed telling me, you have to check and you have to look at the gauge and you have to check the breathing and look at that time. And I think if I looked at his gauges before jumping, I would have noticed that they are different with different numbers.
Yeah.
Different way. Again, planning and safety is something very important for divers. And I believe these two experiences taught me, do what Ahmed tells you. Do what you have learned.
Do what Badi told us.
Exactly.
For me, it's Ahmed. Badi is Ahmed. So I learned it in this way. Very easy. And one last thing, I was once diving again and I went to a very deep dive. I'm by the way, and I think you know this about me, Ahmed. Yani I'm okay with depth. I don't get the like the dizziness or whatever with depth. I'm okay with that. I don't know why, but it's okay. When I went there, I just felt I wasn't dizzy, but I felt the depth of the water because I was 40 something. And I can't remember exactly, but it was very deep at that time, 40 something. And it was a wreck. And for one reason, I was diving with the group and my partner or whatever. And then she told me again that she wants to go in. I didn't want to go in. So I was just with the group waiting for her to come out. And at that moment, I started getting the panic attack again. I mean, feeling the depth of the water and the weight and everything. And suddenly my heart started pounding again, which reminded me of the previous experience.
Yeah.
Remember the previous experience? I remembered in this case very clearly, Ahmed, doing like this.
Relax.
I saw you at that time telling me, relax, calm down, just breathe, take deep breaths. I really did that. And you saved my life again that time. I was really relaxed, and then suddenly my heart stopped pumping. Came to the normal thing. I started breathing very deep, not shallow breaths, and I relaxed and I continued my diving again. I was really happy in the second time because I learned, and I saw you. You are safety in my mind, Ahmed.
Oh, thank you.
This is one of the things. I think a couple of years ago, you asked me to write something on your web page. Facebook, I don't remember, but I remember that I wrote something about safety because seriously, you are one of the people who really care about the safety and the right procedures of everyone around you. This didn't happen when I got my advanced, for example, from the Maldives. This didn't happen. I mean, they were like taking it easily and lightly.
Mona, thank you so much, Fred.
Guys,
it was amazing that to hearing this kind of experience from you, Fred, and what happened. But how about Mona? Did you have another one story to share? Because then we can see what we can do.
Ahmed, give me a second because I reached my
have a
next
question.
Guys. Do you hear me?
Mo, you need to, Mo, you have something to say?
Yes, yes, yes. I have one last info. I'm on my next appointment now, so I have to leave. But before I leave, I wanted to say goodbye. And of course, I have one more nice to know information, because if you get to know me well, you will get to learn that I'm the guy who has the nice to know information. And my question for you is, first of all, I want you to show me the sign of 100. Any one of you?
This is 100.
Yes, exactly. And what exactly is it? It's a T, right?
Yeah.
So do you know where it comes from? Where does
No,
it come from?
I don't.
From the
Have you
language.
ever noticed? Have you ever watched? Yeah, that's a good answer. But do you know where Paddy took it from? Now you will laugh a little, because did you ever watch a American football game or other American
That's time
sports?
out.
They do
It's
this
time out.
as a sign for time out.
Yeah.
Yes, or half time. And we do it on 100, and 100 is half time of our 200 bar tank.
Okay.
So we are
I just laugh about it when we start, but I don't like to break him out. So I just start to laugh because I know you were going to say this.
That's nice. Thank you, Mo. Thank you so much.
Please, man, it's amazing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Your second
Guys, I'm out.
Yes,
Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, Mo. Thank you for joining.
Have a nice day.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So Mona, so sharing something with us, because we're also going to be all gone, but we need to have your last story.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to share more? You like to share any stories that you got?
Well, actually, the thing is like that I would like to share that something that pissing me off in diving, that I'm always run out of air before anyone is diving with me. So I'm just, I had the chance always to dive with some people that more experienced than me, instructors or more experienced dive masters. So I just don't know why when everyone has 80 bars, I'm already have 60 or 50. So if you have any tips, guys, to give me, I would like to hear that. Some people say that I'm swimming so much fast sometimes, or I guess I'm so excited sometimes. I don't know.
You don't swimming so fast or something, but I know you are okay. If the people doesn't know Mona, she's a little bit, she's a tiny, nice girl, and in the water she's swimming so fast, like you see. So once you're making too much movement, Mona, in the water, you're using more air, and that's the thing happen for you. And seriously, the thing is, when you run so much, even if you play or you run or you do something, you're normally using air. And that's what's happened for you. Exactly underwater, but you don't feel it. Why? Because you're actually not sweating, because you are underwater, but you're burning more calories. But in this case, when you're burning more calories, you actually breathe more. And that's the thing happened for you. The only thing that I can suggest for you to just be calm a bit and swimming normally and enjoying the dive, relax. I know you love to see a lot of things. And one of the things sometimes I say to you, your personality is very sweet and you can be a diving instructor. I just push you harder to be a dive master in this day, but I don't mean it bad. I say to you, you are very sweet girl. And I think you are not tough enough to be a diving instructor. And
I just remembered that day. Now.
You remember this day and you run so much.
Oh my God.
Master,
I'm going to text you for that later.
I'm a dive master now and I can do it. I say to you, I know you can do it. And I push this to you because I love to make you more stronger and you make it your dive master nice. But I know that you love the water so much and you love to see more things, and that's why you run in the water so much. But to be a dive master or a diving instructor, you need to be very, very calm. And with the breathing, Mona, promise it will coming with time. Too much dive, it will become very easy and you breathe less than the people. And something that you need to know, your lungs is very small. So with time and with experience, you will gonna get it. Don't be worried at all. They have very nice technique to breathe underwater. We will make video in that Hurghada soon to show how is the technique that you can breathe. And I can share this with you, like you can taking long inhale, but in cutting, like try to eating air. And this is gonna come with time. It's gonna be teaching you how to can breathe, but you need to learn also how to make a good buoyancy with your lungs. If you learn this, you can go ahead. But I think you are very, very amazed, good divers. Anyway, I heard about it, and don't be worried about this. It will come with time.
Thank you, Mona. If I may, I want to share also add two things because I used to have, and I am still not the best, but I had this issue very, very strongly before. Like I'm a very big guy here, so I consume air a lot, and I did not breathe in the right way. So what I learned, I got two tips. One of them is related to the breathing technique, and I think this is what Ahmed's going to show in details. But someone told me, like, sip the air as if you are drinking champagne, not drinking beer. I'm not sure if you know the difference in the experience, but champagne goes like this. Beer goes like this. Okay, so something like that. Like you're drinking water and then you're maybe having something like a soda or something.
Yeah.
That was a tip that helped, not in the drinking, but in the way of doing it. The second thing is for me to have fun and for everyone with me in the group, and not especially my body, I try to swim 1 meter on top of my body.
Yes, I know that. I noticed that with you. Yes.
Yes. I always try to be 1 meter above my body. So I'm still within the distance, but not to the side, but actually above. It helped a lot. And this 1 meter gave me like an extra breathing time and whatever because of the pressure and everything. So that tip helped me a lot because now I am not forcing my body to go up like early.
Yes.
This is a very good tip.
Thank you so much.
Dive master. She can be swim above because she have to be in the front.
Oh, yeah, that's a different thing. You're right. No, you have to in this case. Yes,
she's now she's the pro. She's a dive
anyway. Thank you.
Good luck, Moon.
Amazing what you say, Fred, is amazing.
Thank you so much.
You need to.
Thank you, guys. We really appreciate you having you with us today, and we really appreciate you sharing stories, and we really appreciate your experience and all this. And we wish that we can do this more. We will be doing this more. And next time, we would love to hear your ideas about the topics that you would like us to discuss.
Yes.
So if you have ideas, if you have questions, if you want to learn something, you want to know something, we are very open for it, and we would love to do these videos on regular basis. So
yes, we will we already record this video, guys, and we will be posted on our page. We will post it on Instagram. Try to share it and try to share with us your experience for more details that we can talk about. Next, I think we're gonna make another live next Monday with another group, and keep think about what they're gonna say and what the funny stories. We start with Mona and Fred and Mo to really have fun. We miss you so much, guys.
Yes, we do.
And I wish to see you very soon. Take care and have a lovely, lovely evening.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure, and this is a very good idea, by the way, what you are doing now.
Thank you, Fred.
I think so.
Other events also and sessions.
Let's share more experience and let everybody learn for free.
Yes.
Thank you, Ahmed.
See you on the blue.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mona.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.